considerations in reviewing the location chosen for installation. First, there must be sufficient straight run both upstream and downstream of the mounting location. Second, the flow meter must be correctly oriented on the pipe for the application. This chart shows the minimum number of pipe diameter distances required from various upstream disturbances. In all cases, a minimum of 4 pipe diameters is also needed downstream from the Annubar mounting location. For example, if there is an in-plane elbow in the piping, there must be at least 10 pipe diameters present upstream and 4 pipe diameters downstream to assure accurate flow measurement. If your installation does not have the required straight run, then your Annubar accuracy will vary from published numbers. You should contact a flow specialist for details. The second main consideration of Annubar installation is to mount the flow meter in the correct orientation on the pipe. The orientation will depend on whether the process fluid is a dry gas, liquid, or steam. In horizontal pipes for gas applications, always mount the Annubar flow meter on top of the pipe, within a 120-degree recommended zone. This ensures there will be no condensate trapped in the flow meter or impulse piping. In horizontal pipes for liquid or steam applications, mount the Annubar on the bottom of the pipe, within an 80-degree recommended zone. This allows any gas bubbles to vent up and away. In vertical pipelines, the Annubar averaging Pitot tube can be mounted anywhere around the pipe circumference. For gases, the preferred flow is down. For liquid, the preferred flow is up. And for steam, the preferred flow is also up. But note that the transmitter should be mounted so it is pointed down.
I'm Mike Montgomery, Product Marketing Manager for Rosemount DP Flow Meters. After you've verified that the pipe location and flow meter orientation are optimal for your application, the next step in the installation process is attaching the mounting hardware to the pipe. There are different hardware and body configurations used with the various models of Annubar assemblies. This one is for a threaded flow tap. This is for a flange assembly. This is used with a flange flow tap. This with a pack lock. And this is for a flange lock.
All mounting hardware arrives with a bright yellow tag attached to it. This tag designates the exact size hole to be drilled into the piping. Each sensor size, 1, 2, and 3, has its own specified hole size: 3/4 inch, 19 millimeter, 1 5/16 inch, 34 millimeter, and 2.5 inch, 64 millimeter. Always make the hole to the specified size using a drill bit or hole saw. Never ever use a torch to cut this hole. Torch cutting creates pipe burrs that will disturb the flow and cause measurement inaccuracies. It is also very difficult to precisely control the hole size with a torch. When the hole is complete, be sure to confirm its size using an inside caliper. The correct hole size is very important in the installation process. A hole oversized by 20% can induce a K-factor shift of 2%, which will in turn impart errors on the flow reading. After the hole has been drilled in the pipe, clean the area with a grinder, and then gap the hardware 1/16 inch and properly align it so that the Annubar sensor will be in the correct orientation when it goes into the pipe. This chart shows the importance of Annubar alignment. Note the significant increase in K-shift as a result of misalignment. Next, carefully align the mounting hardware so it is properly centered over the hole and not offset. Next, set a straight edge on top of the hardware and turn it until the straight edge is parallel to the edge of the pipe. This step is not necessary with the pack lock mounting hardware. With the mounting hardware aligned correctly, you are now ready to tack weld it in place. Make your first tack weld anywhere on the hardware, then again directly across from the first weld, and finally on the other 2 sides at 90 degrees. Now check to see that the mounting hardware is level and square. If it's not, use a rubber mallet to lightly adjust and recheck. Also, verify that the ODF dimension is the same value as what is listed in the Quig. Next, complete a continuous weld around the entire perimeter of the unit. Be careful not to apply so much heat that the pipe deforms. And of course, adhere to all local welding codes. Some flange assemblies require an opposite side support that is mounted 180 degrees from the original hole. Use a pipe tape to find this location and then mark it. Next, drill a hole that is exactly the same size as the one on the other side of the pipe. Insert the Annubar flow element through the mounting hardware to help align the opposite side support hardware and then gap 1/16 inch and tack weld in position. Finally, remove the sensor and complete a continuous weld around the entire opposite side support in compliance with all local welding codes.